Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me for my 100th episode. So I know everybody's curious about the market real quick because it's doing some crazy shit lately. So we're going to get right into it. And then I am going to talk about crypto. I'm going to talk about Evergrande. I'm going to talk about a few other things. And then we're going to dedicate about 20 minutes to questions. So I'm going to get everybody's questions answered today, and we'll see how we go, proceed going forward. All right, so right back into the market. I had the light bulb moment today. All right, I mentioned that we'd likely see a bounce this AM. This morning, which we saw at 3 p.m. yesterday with the SPY, okay? So we saw that a little this morning, and then the markets turned red. I'm going to get to the psychology behind that sell-off in a minute, but let me tell you what I see overall as a whole for the market. As a whole for the market, we've had 8 out of 10 days or 9 out of 11 or 9 out of 12 days that have been bearish, been negative. We all know that I've been bearish on the market for 3 straight weeks. So to hear me signaling that I'm seeing sentiment change. Now, I'm speaking about some certain stocks in particular, and I'll talk about them on the platform a little more as the week progresses, if I am correct. So everybody can situate themselves and get some good positions. But I don't want to jump the gun there because nothing happens instantaneously. It's not like a V correction. So when I tell you the markets are kind of settling down, that all this selling is kind of shaking its way out, that's what I'm getting at. It doesn't mean that buying is going to be tomorrow because, again, we have some major things on the horizon. The Fed's speaking tomorrow. We've got the Chinese market opening tomorrow. But let's get into the psychology of trading. Okay, so everybody was expecting a huge sell-off this morning. They see futures up. Now, futures were strong. I think they were up 400 for the Dow at one point and like 150 point for tech. So the fact that the Dow finished minus 50 points, again, to me, looking at that in the bigger picture, that's a sell-off. All right, futures were up 400 points and the Dow finished negative 50 for the day. That is a sell-off. That is consolidation. That is what I'm seeing in both markets. All right. So first, I do think tech will be a little stronger than the Dow going forward. And the Dow might have to fight a little more because a lot of Dow stocks are like Carnival, Delta, casino stocks, things where we return to how life used to be. And that's not the way things are right now. I traveled today. I realized airports are a little different right now. The travel process is a little different. All right. So let's talk about the psychology of trading. So the market was up pre-market. Everything was looking green. Certain stocks were up 4, 6, 8%. Manipulation right there. Uber, pre-market, the CEO goes, hey, last month, August, man, we were returned to pre-pandemic levels. And what did Uber do pre-market? Shot up 6%. Where did it end up on the day? Probably up 10 or 11%. I mean, to me, that's bullshit. I mean, I could be like, yeah, my company's just selling the shit out of stuff today. I'm not saying that we're making a lot of money because Uber doesn't make any money. All right, back to the psychology of trading. So here it is. A lot of my trackers are actually consolidating down where they're still selling off, but they're actually turning up. And that's what I did is I looked at the entire market. So my prediction going forward, I'm going to give you a 2-week prediction. 10 days out, 5 or 6 out of the next 10 days will be green. One possibly 2 could be very green. Now we're still going to have 4 or 5 red days. And in there, you're still going to see 1, possibly 2 ugly days. But understand, it's like a seesaw, okay? If I was going to tell you what it is. So it's not like a seesaw where you have a 300-pound person on one side and a 100-pound person on the other side, and you're like, oh, the market is definitely bearish. That 300-pound person is going to win. Or vice versa, where you're like, oh, the market's bullish. You could tell it, like 3 to 1, some type of ratio like that. It's more evenly balanced right now. So you're going to see days where the market tips that way and days where the market tips the other way. That's the point of the platform. When I tell you guys, sell, take profit, re-enter on the dip, there are going to be many spikes and many dips going forwards. All right. So I don't want to get ahead of myself because nothing's instantaneous. So I'm going to tell you what we're looking for tomorrow. Tomorrow, the Fed is going to speak about inflation, about interest rates, about tapering, and we'll see where that goes. I am cautiously optimistic because so far the Fed has not broken any promises, meaning every time the Fed goes and they say they're going to do one thing or another, it holds true. And so I'm going to believe in that right now. Now, the reason for the sell-off at the end of the day, and then the sell-off wasn't so great, but we saw the UVXY spike from like 2650 or no 2550 up like 40 cents to 25, maybe 90 or something to that extent. We saw the SPY, which was spiking to 435, go back to 433. Now, why is that happening? It's happening because China is open tomorrow. China has been on holiday for the first 2 days of the week, trading days, Monday and Tuesday. All we know is about the Evergrande situation. So for anybody that's not familiar with the Evergrande situation, Evergrande is a company in China. They are property managers. They're builders. They have a lot of companies inside their bubble. Let's call them like, I can't call them Google because they have nothing to do with the internet or technology. But what they do have to do with is the development of China. However, they owe $300 billion. Now, understand again, Chinese on a 2-day holiday right now. So on the 20th, they had some type of payment coming due. We don't know how many millions. Tomorrow, Wednesday, they have like a $37 million payment coming due, which doesn't seem a lot when you're talking about somebody that owes $300 billion. I mean, it would be like me owing you $300 and giving you a payment of like $2.70. All right. It wouldn't be that big of a problem. Okay. But that's what the concern is. Now, I did speak to some of my friends on Wall Street today, and here's what they compared it to. They said, do you remember the fallout with Lehman Brothers? When Lehman Brothers had to shut its doors, when the financial markets went to shit, when the markets in general went to shit? I said, yes. Is that what we're going to see? Because I didn't think so. I didn't think Evergrande was going to be that big a deal in China. And he said, you know what? We agree with you. We don't think it's a huge deal. We think the market overreacted, and that's why you saw a bit of a bounce today. And I said, you know what? I think the market's changing and turning. The sentiment is, and he goes, you know what, Matt? I shouldn't tell you this, but we're changing our positions, and we're actually doing some buying. All right, so why did the market struggle today? Understand when the margin calls went out on Friday after the market took a shit on itself, and then yesterday when the market threw up on itself again, down 660 points, margin calls went out. Now, they didn't have to have the money in the market today. I think they get like 2 days. They'll have to have the money in the market in their accounts tomorrow. If not, there will be a liquidation. So people are saying, well, a lot of people aren't going to be able to support their margin calls, so their stocks will be liquidated on Wednesday, pushing the stocks down. Then other people say, you know what? Maybe it was an oversight, they moved too much and the markets are going to rebound. So my thoughts on crypto, same way the market's futures were up 400 points and took a hit today, and the Dow finished down 60 points. And crypto was sitting at 44,000 this morning and is now where? Let me get my phone out here and tell you guys where crypto is sitting at, because I actually want to give you a full story here. Let's see. Crypto, 41,200. Oh, it's at a down point right now. So the point that you want to see crypto stay above, the resistance point is like 40. Sorry, I'm talking about Bitcoin, not necessarily crypto. It's going to be like 40,200. Now, everybody knows I'm a contrarian, like my shirt says. So I can envision both a downside where there's strong selling. I still don't see it breaking 40,000 to the downside. So then I take the contrarian approach, which is, you know what? People were just selling some of their positions, probably to handle their margin calls, because a lot of people that trade and gamble with large money in the market also do it with crypto and have been making a killing with crypto. So they have to liquidate some of their crypto positions to cover their margin calls. When they do that, it's not like they're pulling their money out of the market. That's why I see a quick turn. All right, so let's talk about, again, this is my 100th episode. If you think in any of the 100 episodes I delivered you guys some type of value, please give me a thumbs up. Tell me you like it. Subscribe to my platform, not my platform. Subscribe to the channel. You can subscribe to my platform. But let's talk about some highlights, okay? We've been doing this 5 months strong, which is my 100th episode, 100 trading days. We've had 2 separate $1 million days. So one day in April, one day again in June, we were able to extract $1 million from the market. Now, this isn't me. I might have taken 20,000 one day, 50,000 other day. We had 500 members the first time. So on average, everybody was taking a good chunk, a few $1,000s. The second time we took out $1 million from the market, we had probably close to 900 members. So on average, everybody was still over $1,000. Now, I understand some people are trading smaller accounts, but in the whole, we were able to extract from the market. And that's what we're here to do. The same way the institutions are here to steal from you, are here to make their balance sheets look better. They're taking money from your pocket, from your hands, from your accounts. All right, so I'm going to talk about some of my favorite episodes, and then we'll get into questions. So some of my favorite episodes. Let's go in reverse, okay? Lately, what was it? Last week, I did a probability in soda. Love the name. Carlos came up with it. It was great. But now let's go down. If you want to search me out, you'd have to do 349 Trading, Ask Matt, and then you type in the episode number, okay? 349 Trading, Ask Matt. Episode 3 was options. Episode 8 was amazing. Episode 14, you're averaging down on your shitty stock. Now, I talked about ETFs. So the UVXY, SQQQ, TQQQ. I had the light bulb moment. Episode 18. Just Google that shit on YouTube. Watch it. I guarantee it's a good lesson. 37 options, 42, 47. Again, spreadsheet stuff. All right, let me get to it real quick and just tell you my history with Carlos, okay? Because not that many people know my history, working for hedge funds, working on Wall Street, never going to be on Wall Street again. I stopped trading for a number of years. I didn't even want to trade. I didn't want to be in that mentality again. And then I came back and developed this platform because I met Carlos, and I met him off the platform Webull that a lot of you people are part of. So this is the amazing story. So Carlos and I were talking. He's like, I see you have this interaction with this other gentleman, and all three of us were talking. We're going to start forming an organization to educate the trader. And that's how we basically got established. And again, we're 100 days in. This is great. I appreciate everybody for watching. I appreciate those people for sharing. I appreciate the thumbs up. You already know my feel on the market. So the market is not going to throw up on itself. A lot of people are saying to themselves, oh, it's going to correct itself 5%. Oh, the UVXY is going to spike to $36. Oh, it's going to $60. That's bullshit. I'm here to tell you that's bullshit. You've seen the worst. The worst is probably yesterday. I think it was the worst day in since like March. So that's probably like 6 months. I don't see another day like that coming up. I do see the market like a seesaw, which I said earlier. So let's get to some questions.
What's going on, people?
All right, or bring Carlos on.
Yeah. Listen, we want to do something really, really special for today. I want somebody to come on air with us right now and ask a question. All right?
Great idea.
I'm going to put the link here in the comments. All you have to do, click on it, and you'll be up here. I'll let you in, and then you can ask. All right? So I'll put the link. Come on. I want to see who's the first one to do it. All right?
All right.
Let me get this question here.
All right, so let's get to the questions here. All right, my man, I see you got crypto in the headlines. I'm bullish. Ethernet, ADA, Algo. Yeah, I like all three of those. You have AMC 118 shares at 33.50. Take profit at 50 next time. Yeah, definitely. But I know you're not asking about your AMC shares, but let's go do a little insight on AMC. Because again, I spoke about episode 14, where I talk about getting out of a stock and perhaps getting into option plays to save some of your money. So if you have 118 shares, and let's just give you an example right here of what I like to do. 118 shares, and you're in for 33.50 on the average. So you're in for what? $151.50. Now, granted, if your stock, if AMC, what is it now? Probably like what, $44? That's my guess. Let's see where AMC is right now. AMC. And AMC is at, whoa, it got hammered today, 38.82. Okay, so here's an idea for you, Chris, okay? You're in at 33.50, so you're making $5. You have 118 shares, so you're up $590. So that's great, okay? Instead of being in AMC and perhaps it going down, you can go out of AMC. You could buy some leap year options with your money, 118 shares. Let's see what it's at, $38. 38 times 118. Boom. You've got about $4,500. So we know that you're strong AMC, but we know that AMC might struggle in the next 1, 2, 3 weeks if the Dow struggles at all. But you tell me, hey, Matt, I love AMC. And you know what? One of these days before January 1st, AMC is going to be at $60 again because I know my apes are going to push it to $60. And I say, okay, Chris, if that's what you're thinking, let's check out the December calls, which give you a couple months, probably 3 months. And I'll tell you right now, the $39 calls are about what? $10? Oh, those are puts. Never mind, my friend. All right, so the $39 calls, let's say they're about $9. $38 calls are maybe $10, $37 or $10. Okay, so the $37 calls are $10. So what you do is you go and you say, I've got $4,500. I'm going to pay $10 per contract, which is $1,000. So you'd say, okay, I could buy 4 contracts at the $38 strike. Now you say to yourself, Chris, if it goes from $38 to $60, then my contracts will be worth $2,200 per contract. Plus, there'll be some time in there as well. So let's say $2,500 per contract. So you're basically paying $1,000 a contract, and you're going to get 4 contracts. You're in for $4,000, and when they become worth $2,500, because you know we're AMC ape strong, and we're only talking about AMC going up to $59 or $60 by by December 17th. So if you tell me that's going to happen, you got all the movies coming out in December and stuff like that. I'm telling you, rather than riding shares, and let's say it does go up to $60 and the current price is $38, which would insinuate a $22 gain, you would make about $2,000. If you do it my way and you're still long AMC, not leap year options, but December options, you're in for $4,000. So you have $500 on the side. You're in for $4,000. If you're correct and it hits $59 or $60, you're going to have $10,000 back. All right, so instead of making $2,000, you're going to make $6,000. So that's just an idea to play AMC for anybody that's involved. It doesn't mean I don't support it. Now, your 118 shares aren't going to make a difference whether it's shorted or squeezed or not. You're saying to yourself, I believe AMC is going up to $60 by this time. I believe it'll happen 1 day or 2 days where the apes will just push it up. And that's a probability. I would say the likelihood of that happening is probably 80-20. If I didn't believe in it, I wouldn't give you that concept. All right, let's get to another question, or somebody wanted to come on live, perhaps. Hey, people, we are celebrating today. Yes, we are, love. Thank you so much. Shots every time he says on fire. I haven't said on fire yet, but I can say it on fire, on fire, on fire. Hey, Matt, how do you feel about market directions for tomorrow? Okay, so this is it. Here's the fear. If I look and zoom in about tomorrow specifically, I'll say people are going to be fearful. I'm sure the Fed is speaking probably around 2:30, which is what the time they usually speak at. So the market's not going to do anything crazy tomorrow. Market direction tomorrow, uber important. Yes. So yeah, I mean, I would think that the market direction tomorrow will be a little shaky in the morning. There'll be a bit of a sell-off, then it'll look like it's going to rebound, or vice versa. It could look strong and then they sell off like it did today, then a quick rebound. I don't think there's going to be a definite direction until the Fed speaks at 2:30 p.m. There'd be no reason why there would be a definite direction. I wouldn't be in any rush to buy anything. Along those same lines, I wouldn't be in the rush to sell any stocks tomorrow. If my stocks had a good reaction today and I'm holding them long term, I wouldn't necessarily sell them. And we'll talk about the stock that I gave out yesterday. I stock alerted Twilio. I used my larger account. I mean, because I bought 1,000 shares at $336.86. Yes, a huge chunk. But the stock went to what? 339. I think it closed today at 345 or something to that extent. It was up to 349. I was traveling today. But if I bought it at 337 and sold it at 349, I could have made a $12,000 profit. Now, why didn't I do that? Because I would have had to pay capital gains tax on that. And I'm holding that stock until it hits 420, one of my favorite numbers. Oh, okay. See, we have a question. Someone's raising their hand in the background. Are we going to bring someone on for a question, Carlos?
Yes, we are. We have Miss Love.
How you doing, Love? Good to see you.
Monthly dividends can
Yes, we are.
Let's get rid of that underlying thing so we can see Love's pretty face. Or my pretty face, Or you can say handsome because we don't use pronouns or any terms like that. Hey, Love, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, I can't really hear you.
I think I might have.
All right, so how you doing, Love? Can we get Josh's question, perhaps? Okay, awesome. So, Love, how are you doing lately? Because we know you were on fire for a while, then you were like in MicroStrategy, and then MicroStrategy wasn't doing so well, and then you were in a couple other things, short-term plays, also with great entry, exit, and then started killing again.
Okay.
And then MicroStrategy wasn't doing so well, and then you were in a couple other things, short-term plays, also with great entry, exit, and then started killing again.
So I have a little bit of a delay, so I'm not sure which question I'm answering, but I've been focusing, well, I'm not in MicroStrategy anymore, but I've been focusing on trying to grow a small account. I'm not sure which question I'm answering, but I've been focusing, well, I'm not in MicroStrategy anymore, but I've been focusing on trying to grow a small account.
All right, this is Carlos. Okay. Hey, Love, you know I love you, right? But this is not working. I'm hearing tons of echo in the background. I was telling you, and then I couldn't hear you, so Carlos was trying to turn you up and everything like that. And I appreciate everybody for watching. I think we're just going to get some questions. But the good news is, Love, shake your head, yes or no. Will you be coming on a live stream with me again so we can help everybody? Are you up to that? Maybe we'll do it later this week, possibly Thursday. What do you think? Will you be coming on? There it is. Okay, so there's a commitment right there. Thank you so much for asking questions. I love your smile and the attitude. And we'll see Love. She'll join us on Thursday. Today is Tuesday. That's 2 days. So no one has to watch me tomorrow because no one likes me. But when Love comes back, we can all watch again on Thursday. But let's get back to some questions. Can we do that? Thank you again, Love. You're great for volunteering. I do want to get to more people's questions because I know a lot of people were in difficult positions today. They didn't know what the market was doing. I know everybody gets a little nervous at different points. Okay, Amazon. So that was Google we spoke about yesterday. So let's see where Amazon finished today. Okay, so Amazon first. I like Amazon because it goes with the market. It goes with technology. They do so much. They have an initiative for small business now. I think they're giving out 100. I mean, Amazon is just so diverse. All right, so let me just see what we got here. All right, so Amazon looks like my NASDAQ chart, meaning there was significant outflow again today on Amazon, but it only went down 12 points. And at some point, it was actually up 20 points, which is why I'm telling you the market is ready to change directions. And especially for four-letter stocks, the NASDAQ stocks, I believe they're going to get stronger. Now, if your Amazon options expire on Friday, do not hold me to it because my course or my guess is 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and 2 of them will be green for Amazon. It's going to be a fight. So 4 days from Tuesday, that'll be next Monday. So next Monday, I'm predicting Amazon will be at 3395. It'll be up 2% by then. So that's my thoughts. Amazon will go up 2%. All right, we're going to try another question. It'll be up 2% by then. So that's my thoughts. Amazon will go up 2%. All right, we're gonna try another question.
Hi everybody, thank you so much, Mr. Man. Thank you so much. It's a little laggy, but I just wanted to ask about how the dollar influences the market. We were mentioning last week how when the dollar's up, the market's getting influenced. I just wanted to know how that works. How the dollar influences the market.
Okay, awesome. Listen, thanks for the question, Alejandro. But I will get to that. And the answer's not going to be awesome for you. But here it is. Listen, the best thing to do is to Google it. Because I can tell you my opinion of it, but again, there are significant studies that people actually do direct correlation. So rather than me stating what my belief is on the dollar influence market. Now, as the dollar goes up, it makes it, again, I don't want to get on the wrong side of this question. So I appreciate your question, Alejandro. But really, it's when you don't understand certain terminology and things like that, it's always best to Google it. When people ask me what the Delta variant means, what the Delta means in an option or the Gamma, it's always best to Google shit like that. I'm more about opinions and market direction. All right, cool. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. Let's get another question. I do want to talk about a few different stocks because I mentioned them lately. So let me just pull this up real quick, and then I'll get to the next question. Because you guys want to make money, right? So I know people were talking about certain stocks, and I just want to get to them. So the first one is BBIG, okay? Now, BBIG's at $6.77. Remember, it had plateaued at $10 or $11, and then it found its resistance at $7.77. Now it's at $6.77. So how is $7.77 resistance? It's not. When the stock was down to $6.18 to $6.28 today, they were buying a shitload of calls. longer term calls. So be big is not done yet. Now it's off 3.4% after hours, which would probably put it back in the 650 range. Is that right? Yeah, 651. Now here's the thing. I would not be buying be big until it goes back to 626, 628. If it was at 626 or 628, I could take a new position there because that is at the point where I saw people buying a shitload of options. So I know that's where the support levels that they will buy stock because that's their option entry price. In fact, it might not even go that low. I probably will tomorrow. I mean, that shit moves what? It moved today by what? $2.70. So $2.70 when you're at $6.54 is like, I mean, that's a huge movement right there. It's a huge range. It's like 40% of the stock. All right, so that stock can move. I'm going to be accumulating. Now, Twilio, I mentioned this again yesterday. I mentioned it earlier, so I won't mention it again. Okay, a good energy play. LNG, Shireen Energy. It's at $87.74. It's not the first time I've mentioned it on YouTube, but if you look at the 1 month chart, again, it's LNG, and call this the 100th episode special right here. Look at the 1 month chart. You'll see buying the last 2 days, today and yesterday. You'll see it spiked a few days prior to $92. So if it's an energy play, with all this information that's going on, there's strong demand right here. It'll probably push north of $90 tomorrow. Will it go back to $92? No. And when I said tomorrow, I mean like tomorrow would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Within the next 3 days, I think this one's going to run about 4% more higher. And when it does, if it does it tomorrow, I would be right out. UVXY, don't really care about what happens after hours when it comes to that, up 2%. I expect when we wake up in the morning, if China hasn't capitulated completely, I expect our markets to turn green futures. So everybody's being apprehensive right now. So that's what I'm expecting for tomorrow. China will not throw up on itself because the Chinese government, the Chinese big players, big money are going to support that market as best as they can. And with that said, because China doesn't like to lose. Now, I've said this before. China likes to exaggerate their numbers when it comes to gross domestic product or production or shipping or import, export, or they even, I mean, so they lie about a lot of things. Anyway, let's get on to a couple more questions, Carlos. Do I think Disney bounces back this week? Well, let's look at Disney. All right, again, Disney is a Dow stock. Disney always does well towards the end of the year. So will it bounce back this week? I can't promise. I haven't looked at it. Holy shit. What happened to Disney today? Something major happened. I didn't know Disney. What are they? Eli manages the production. Disney stock falls. Production delays. I would have to read into Disney before I tell you that. But yes, I mean, unless it's some type of major, just heavy selling today. Yeah, Disney's going to bounce back. Disney always does really well at the end of the year. Disney always surprises. Disney always comes out with better numbers on movies, better attendance at the park. Now, understand, Disney used to make, I believe it used to be like 80 or 90% of their revenue from their theme parks. So when their theme parks got hit hard during the pandemic, Disney got hit hard. So now it's not like Disney's going to pop back up and it'll be $200. But I would have to predict, I'm going to say by January 10th, Disney's pushing $199. So if you look at Disney right now, that would be what, $28? That'd be about 15% for Disney. In fact, I'll say even higher. I'll throw another $10 on that. $210 by January 1st for Disney. Disney always is strong. So if you have a longer term 401k, you're holding stock. You don't want to deal in options. You want to buy 500 shares and put $83,000 into Disney. Yeah, it's a great hold. At some point next year, I said Disney would be 210 by January. At some point next year, Disney will be 250. So if you think about an 80-point gain, that would be 40%. So if you tell me I can make you 40% in a stock that's pretty safe like Disney over the course of the next 8 to 10 months, I would say, yeah, get in that. So yeah, I'd be buying Disney at this price. Any discount looks good to me. Get another question up there, Carlos? Hey, Matt, what do you think the chances are of a dead cat bounce? A dead cat bounce on Disney, you mean? On the market. Well, to have a dead cat bounce, doesn't the market have to throw up on itself? So the market didn't really throw up on itself today. Again, futures were up 400, then the Dow ended up down 50 points. So I guess it could be like 450 points. Yes, I think the market wants to be strong. But again, there's been major selling, major outflow. Volume today on Tuesday was much lighter than Friday when it sold off right at close. And yesterday when the market was down 800, 900 points and then it rebounded. Guess what? Volume today was even lighter than both of those days. So for me, the paper hands, the weak hands, they're out of the market right now. You could see a bounce, but anytime, psychology of trading, anytime you see a bounce, like the market bounces up 300 points tomorrow, people are going to sell into it. All right. It has to be a step higher process. Market spikes up, you sell, take profit. It will consolidate. And then it'll spike up again. Sell, take profit, consolidate. Don't think that your stocks are going straight up or straight down, because that doesn't happen to any stocks. All right. That's why I take some positions sometimes that are so contrarian, like it's like swimming against the tide, something spiking. And I just want to explain to everybody why I took the UVXY puts yesterday as opposed to calls, because we all thought the market could throw up on itself. All right. So again, if I was wrong about the calls yesterday and the market rebounded yesterday, it would have continued its strength today and my calls would have been worthless. If I did puts, which I did, it gave me a chance to average down, get out of my position with like 30% profit, buy into the position later on today again, and look to take probably another 30 or 40%. I was looking for 100%. And then I said, you know what, 30 plus 40 plus another 30 would be 100%. All right. So I see we got another question on here. So we're going to bring Jizzy on, man. Oh, and Jizzy just disappeared from us. Classic Jizzy, man. All right. So we'll have to bring somebody on another time. All right. I would like my thoughts on the OTC markets. I've mentioned ILUS. Okay. So OTC markets, hot. Yes. But generally, when you hold a penny stock, you are going to hold a penny stock for 3 years before you see any significant real gain. The fact that I picked out ILUS, and I wouldn't be in there anymore, even though some people think it's going to $1. I was in it at 9.5 cents, got out at 20 cents. It went from 20 cents to 40 cents. I wish I was still holding, but I would have sold. There was downward movement, outselling 3 days in a row for that. So yes, OTC markets are cool, but you have to do your due diligence. That's basically what I have to say about that. It's similar to crypto. You won't just buy any crypto. You have to know exactly what that is. Now, if I want to give an OTC stock for you guys, a blue book stock, which I haven't done in a while, I'm going to give you one because it's a satellite play. We know that some people like myself, like GSAT. I used to have a client called Intelsat. Now, Intelsat last year, their stock went from $1.40 to $35 2 years ago, actually. And they were the best performing stock. The symbol used to be I. And then last year they filed for bankruptcy because the government said, fuck you to them. The government said, hey, you know all that satellite bandwidth you were going to sell, that 5G network you were going to sell, and you were going to get $50 billion and be able to keep $25 billion for your company? Well, now we're going to confiscate it. So senators came out and they put a bill in action. Intelsat is a Dutch company in Luxembourg. So they had no rights basically in the U.S. court. So basically the U.S. government confiscated their satellite and their broadband capability. And now the stock went bankrupt and now it's a penny stock and it's at 28 cents. So 28 cents, the symbol is INTLQ. Okay. INTLQ. I'm telling you that at some point in the future, if you're buying Intelsat at 28 cents, you will probably be able to at least double your money. I mean, this is a real company. They're headquartered in McLean, VA, alongside Lockheed Martin, Boeing. They have 55 satellites up in space currently, probably more by now. They handle all the communications for ships at sea, the internet capabilities on the plane. They bought GoGo. So again, 28.5 cents. I think that's a good double. INTQ. Consider that like a present for watching my 100th anniversary. This one's a guarantee. I know the company ins and out. All right, let's get to another question, please. All right, thoughts on RWalk. I think that one was like one of the volatile stocks. I wish I knew a little more about those stocks. I can only look at the charts for those, but I know ReWalk was one of the biggest active stocks today, and I'm not sure why. Again, it has a market cap of 120 million. So I have to assume that was a short squeeze play. It's up 100% today. It had a market cap of 60 million. Listen, these stocks can definitely move, but these aren't stocks that you can chart, because what usually happens when there's a short squeeze is a ton of people make money when it goes up 100%. And then it looks to go up tomorrow and it's up 20, 30 cents. And then we all buy in like $2.80. Yeah, we're going to ride this shit to $5. We're in at $2.80. And then 3 days later, it's back at like $1.90. So that's my problem there. I wouldn't be investing in that company until I knew more. If you do your due diligence and you like the company and you have significant reasoning why you like the company, then go for it, bro. But you're on the platform. Make sure you share it. If you guys figure out stuff, you can make posts all the time. We have community rooms where you say, hey, I like this. I mean, lately we must have like 15 Lucid posts, not 15, probably like 6 Lucid posts. And I know a lot of lifetime members like Lucid as well. So that's pretty crazy. All right, let's see if we get 1 or 2 more questions. I know we're running late today. Oh, here. Okay, let's do this question because this guy's asking about everything. NEM. I love that, man. All right, so Upstart. So UPST, I think it blew off. What did it blow up? Like huge demand 5 days in a row. So if you're looking at Upstart and you really want to get involved in Upstart, it was literally $270 4 days ago. So this is what I'm talking about. When we're looking for a long-term investment, whatever stock it is, any of these, you're not looking to buy in once it's confirmed. Once it's up from 270 to 320, it's up 50 points, which is about 9%, right? Oh, there it is. No, that's it's actually up like 15%. It went up 9% today. Yeah, so unfortunately, you can't be buying that today. I told you tech would be stronger than the Dow, so I wouldn't be shorting Upstart either. Let's look at SoFi. Now, more than SoFi, I've been looking at OpenTable, OPEN, because I think those two kind of run together. They're not similar businesses, but they're similar in the fact that they don't make money yet. So let me look at SoFi for you. But I like Open. I saw it push 17 and now it's back at around 20. Yeah, so SoFi inflow today, Mager selling. I could see this pushing back to $16. I know it's not killer. I mean, you're looking for it to explode to what? $17, $18. I think you're going to have a struggle there. It's not like, I mean, Kramer suggested this stock and he's just a freaking dirtbag. I would stay so far away from Kramer stocks. So from now on, yeah, I mean, see, that's what you say. SoFi, bank charter coming up. Did they do that shit on Billions, that show that I used to watch? Right? The bank charter was all important because they could rob the American people by becoming a bank. So yeah, I just, Kramer's an asshole. Any stock he likes turns to shit. Stay away from SoFi. Let's get one more question and then we'll call it a day and Carlos and I will go drinking. Carlos doesn't drink, neither do I. Matt, am I still bullish on crypto? Okay, so yeah, we're going to finish this up with crypto. Do I think it will tank? I think crypto had its setback because there's crazy shit going on in the world. There's uncertainty. There's crackdowns in China. There are certain countries that have a ban on crypto. Then I hear there's like a lawsuit against Binance UK. And then I heard that if Binance does some other things, no, it wasn't Binance. It was Coinbase. Some senators threatened Coinbase that if they do a certain one thing or another, that they could be sued or they could be held liable. So there are certain people holding crypto down. Now, here's a conspiracy theory. What if they're holding crypto down so they could invest themselves and get the best price? I mean, a lot of people have so much money on the side. I am so bullish crypto. I'm not saying today it's going to explode 10%, but I love crypto. I am so bullish crypto. If you know those small altcoins and they have purpose, not like Dogecoin, but you know coins that are like 0.0000, not SafeMoon either. Anything that gets talked about in the open market is bullshit. Anything Dave Portnoy is going to say is going to be bullshit. The crypto you want to learn about is from your friends who know crypto or from being on my platform. People are talking about cryptos that no one ever heard about. Those are the cryptos that move 30%, 60%, 100% in a week. And then a month later, you're up like 800%. The cryptos that people are talking about more in general, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, the more relative coins like that, yeah, they're going to struggle because they're more mainstream. I like the smaller altcoins right now, and I am bullish crypto. We all know I'm a contrarian. All right, thanks, everybody. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. Appreciate us joining. Please give thumbs up. Share this video if you liked it. Share any of my shit. Tell people about the platform. Not a financial advisor. And Carlos is giving me gang signs. Have a good night, everybody.